This is a hitafterhit.com production.
I am your host, Mr. Apathy, Devlin James, and this is the Real Talk Radio Show. What's going on, folks? This is Devlin James coming at you with another episode of the Real Talk Radio Show. This show is directed towards men. Women are free to listen and comment, but understand that this is a show directed towards men and what men go through. I've been meaning to talk about the subject of online dating for some time now. Honestly, I've done a good amount of online dating over the years, and have seen a lot of shit in that time. So fellas, I have a lot to share with you on the types of women you'll meet online. I can honestly say that I have met just about every type of woman online that you can imagine. From my experiences with online dating, I can tell you that most of the women you meet online are nothing but recycled garbage. And they bring nothing to the table but drama, bullshit, and some high mileage, mediocre vagina. Now, I'm not saying that you can't meet any decent women online. Just not too many of them. Over the years I've done online dating, I can say that I can count on one hand how many decent women I've met. Really, there are only two I can talk about. All of the rest were more or less recycled garbage. So, let's jump into this show and break down the types of women you'll possibly meet online. The first types of women that you'll meet online are single mothers. In fact, there's a large population of single mothers doing online dating. And these women can have anywhere from 1 to as many as 6 children, and even more. Most of the time, it's not only from one man either. From my experiences, these are some of the most aggressive women that you'll meet online. I have found that if I just leave a profile up within a month, then come back to it, I have a number of inboxes from a number of different single mothers. They send me more messages than any other types of women that do online dating. Why is that? Well, it's obvious, really. These women are looking for help. They don't want love. They want financial help and someone to be a father to their children, because more than likely, the men who they got impregnated by ain't shit, as they would tell it. So already, these types of women are admitting to you that they are bad decision makers. What really trips me out about these women is the fact that Although they have a number of kids by a number of different men, they want a man who has no children of his own. Why is this? Because again, they are not online looking for love, they're looking for help. Believe me, they're on those websites calculating the figures of what you potentially make by looking at the information you provide on your profile. Let's see, he has such and such position in such and such field. He's over 35, has no children. This guy must make a lot of money. No kids? Never married? So he ain't paying alimony. This guy must have money. Maybe he's a sucker and can help me out with raising some of these damn kids. Let me send him a message and see if he responds. This is how these women are thinking, guys. This is how they move. Don't worry about all the bullshit they write about them not online looking for a father for their kids or some man to help take care of her and her kids. They say all that shit, but I can guarantee you that if you get involved with them, with any of them, at some point your money is going to go towards her and those children. I know this may sound harsh, but in my opinion, these women are recycled garbage because they've been used, abused, and reused. Now they want to go online, create a profile, and recreate themselves for some sucker. Most of these women bring nothing to the table, thanks largely to the bad decisions that they've made in their lives. Their lives have become garbage. And if you should choose to get involved with them, then your life will eventually turn to shit, depending upon how involved you get with them. And God forbid you get any of these women pregnant. Then you're really fucked. My advice, if you don't have any children of your own, avoid these types of women at all costs. What do you want with a woman who's dropped 6 different kids out of her vagina when you yourself have none? Don't sell yourself short. The next types of women you'll run into are the ex-party girls and the ex-whores. Again, there's a large population of these types of women online, most of which are also single mothers. And you need to avoid these types of women also. These are the types of girls that frequent all the clubs and lounges. They usually party, get drunk, and get laid almost every weekend. And many times it's with different partners. And if they don't have any kids, chances are they may have had a number of different abortions. A few things about women who have had abortions. First, they may have issues having children later on, if they should decide that they want to have children in the future. Secondly, these women usually end up having psychological and emotional issues down the road in life. These women usually start out with the whole party girl stage when they're in their 20s and young. By the time they get into their 30s, they're looking to settle down, mostly because at this point, this is what they see all their friends doing. They see their friends getting married and having children, so now this is what they want to do. Most of these women have already been ran through by so many different guys. Some of them don't even remember how many men they've slept with. They know that any man who knew about their past would want nothing to do with them. So they'll go online and create this profile in which they're recreating themselves. So they go from being the community whore to Miss Conservative wifey material. She may now also be heavily involved with the church. That's why you have to watch out for most of those church girls, because a lot of them are ex-party girls and ex-whores. Give you an example of an ex-party girl / ex-whore that I came across through online dating. I met this girl some time back who came across as being professional and conservative. She had a good job and could carry on a decent conversation. She also acted kind of like a prude, which wasn't really a turn on for me. Anyway, I was having drinks with this girl one night, and that's when the truth came out. I was getting on her about the prude bullshit, and that's when she told me that she used to strip when she was in college. She also told me about how she had sex with 2 different guys at the same time. I'm talking double penetration, folks. Come to find out that this girl has pretty much performed almost every single sexual act known to mankind. And here she is, years later, doing online dating and acting like she just came from a convent full of nuns. The casing in her vagina is all busted from all the different number of men that ran through her. And here she is trying to repackage that shit and pass it on to you and me as if it has some type of value. Guys, avoid these types of women at all costs. Aside from getting nothing but a woman who has been ran through by a number of guys, once a party girl, always a party girl. I have seen in some cases where these women, after finding a sucker to marry them and give them 1 or 2 kids, they quickly get bored with the married life, and they will divorce that man, force him to pay alimony and child support before trying to return to the party girl scene in her late or mid-30s. Again, avoid women like this. Be very skeptical of women who act super conservative, especially if they're in their 30s and you meet them on one of these online dating websites. Now I know some might think that it's harsh for me to call these women recycled garbage, but in most cases, that's what they are. And it's not all women that you meet online, but a large number of them. And I call them recycled garbage because they bring absolutely nothing to the table. They're trying to recreate themselves because they know that in the real world, nobody wants them. So they go online and try to pass themselves off as something of value. I'm only going to cover these 2 types of women in this video. I will do more shows in the near future on the types of women you'll meet online. Tell me what you think about the subject. Please feel free to leave me some comments. I'm going to bring this show to a close. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. More shows and videos to come.